Do you hear that? That's the sound of SFL football weekend, and we are now live here in Fatherhood Festival Field, where the Canton Classics look to keep their perfect season, well, perfect. Visiting them are the San Diego Mavericks, who face this very daunting task of trying to topple the league's #1 team. My name is Mark Lopez, and with me in the broadcast booth is my amazing analyst, the superbly incredible John Warren. John, Canton are coming tonight, having already clinched their playoff spot, and they can clinch the North Division with a win tonight. So, do you think we're going to see more of their dominance, or will San Diego be able to throw a spanner in the works?
Mark, I would love to give you and San Diego Mavericks fans a sunny and optimistic take, but the Classics passed the eyeball test. They passed the paper test as being the best team in the SFL through 9 games. Canton controls the line of scrimmage like no other team, and they play relatively mistake-free football. I expect Canton to win and clinch the North, but what I will say is if San Diego can get Hunter McWaffle going and can slow down the pace of the game when they're on offense, it means Canton has less opportunity to do the same. So let's hope for a good one.
We'll definitely hope for a good one here. Michaela Forker and Zach Holdo are on stats, and your favorite commissioner, Cameron Irvine, is in our production booth bringing this game to you live. We're going to see if Canton, with all the answers to the test, can come away with another win here as the ball is kicked off and returned. This will be returned all the way to the 26-yard line. That is where Canton is going to start their offense, featuring Scar Patterson, who leads the team as a quarterback. Halfbacks are Robert Johnson and Logan Lee. Bill Cherry, the fullback. They got their wide receivers, Ryan Owens, Andrew Gibson, Al Delapre Sr., and Bob Lung. The tight end, Jack Wall. Let's not forget their front linemen, Jack LePancake, Max Van Linga, Adam Chance, Girth Lord, and Kiara Kilganon. So first look at the Canton offense tonight. The Classics line up in their split spread offense. It'll be a pitch as their first play. It'll go to the left for a 3-yard carry. Nice carry by Cherry on that play.
And Bill Cherry was actually a really big part of last week's run game as well. In that 48-point victory over Motor City, they just dominated the line of scrimmage. So I expect a lot of runs. I expect a lot of split between this big 3-headed backfield.
It will be another handoff here. That is by Logan Lee this time. The Canton averaging the most yards per carry. So yet, to your point, they are controlling that line of scrimmage really well.
That was a good play, though, by Jeff Gagne on the San Diego Mavericks to get to the point of attack quickly. Canton's opponent has not been great at that all year.
Third play is play action. Scar Patterson looking to throw downfield, and that they'll say it's incomplete, but I see an injury down there. Tanner Hendricks, cornerback for San Diego, is down for the count.
Yeah, and actually he was playing wide receiver on that. He had a break on the ball, tried to catch it, was hit at the point of attack by the receiver, shaken up on the play. Hopefully Tanner Hendricks can get back into this. But maybe the bigger story is that a 3-and-out for Canton to start this game could not have started better for the Mavericks. Obviously, that injury is not great, but for them to get the ball back on a pretty quick 3-and-out is a big development.
Huge development indeed, as that is going to be punted off here. Going to be picked up at a 25-yard line, about a 10-yard return. That is where we're going to see San Diego start their offense. What a decent start by the defense here to go against Canton. And San Diego will bring out Johnny Pickler, their quarterback, Hunter McWaffle, and Rob Noel. In the backfield, they have wide receivers Easton King, Dave Axis, Eagle Mondavi, Doug Britton, and B. Robo. We're going to read out the rest of the San Diego offense after this play, as we see Dave Axis move from left to right here. Pickler will hand the ball off late in this play, and Canton reading that well. It's a 1-yard loss. So a tackle for loss by Canton. That was a carry by Hunter McWaffle. Bickler electing to line up his offense in bunch formation here in second down. He will look to pass. Bickler will throw to the outside here. It's a short pass and about a 3-yard run after the catch for 3rd and 9. That's Doug Britton on the reception.
Yeah, Britton out in the flat, running a nice route, but met almost immediately. So only a couple of yards on that gain, setting up a 3rd and long here. Big down for Johnny Pickler.
Big down for him here. 3rd and long in quads formation. But they're going to move Dave Axis once again here. Canton responding with a alignment shift as well. Bickler throwing to the middle. That is incomplete as the target, Easton King, will be unable to bring that ball down, and it's going to be a punt forced by Canton.
Yeah, and that started with the pressure on Johnny Pickler. He handled it pretty well, but got the ball out maybe a little bit faster. That route needed to develop a little bit more, did not get that ball placed exactly where he needed it to. Evan Lacey breaking it up, and Canton's going to get the ball back.
Against the Canton's 30-point per game offense, the last thing you want to do is give the ball back to them. Well, that's what's going to happen here. Canton will get the ball back, and they're going to start at their 34-yard line. Solid start for this Canton offense.
Yeah, they start at around the 35-yard line. They've been good at starting placement really all season long. They've also dominated time of possession, which I'm sure will become a factor in this game as well. And Scar Patterson's just been playing a lot of really nice mistake-free football, highest completion percentage in the league. We'll see him roll out a lot of rollouts, a lot of play action. It's an exciting offense.
Going to line up in high spread formation. It's a late handoff here. Only a 1 yard. They're going to say 0-yard carry, but oh no, John, we see a second injury in just about as many plays.
This is not a good start for the Mavericks defense. Obviously, it was good to keep them good to keep Canton to a 3 and out last time, but Tanner Hendricks goes down. Now Freddie Trammell, is I think 3rd on the team in tackles. Yeah, that's correct. 7 tackles for a loss. 6 passes defended. This is a stalwart on the defensive side of the ball. Cannot afford to lose one of their best linebackers.
They do have 5 star linebackers in the roster, so depth in that position is secured here. Meanwhile, Canton and Logan Lee will pick up about 8-yard carry. On that carry, it's 3rd and 2, and that's the run game that we know them for.
Yeah, we and Logan Lee is just so good. 4th in the league coming into this week in yards, and just amazing at shaking off the first tackle. He does it so often.
Ace formation here. Scar Patterson will try to run the ball in 3rd and short, and San Diego covers that well. Incredible play by the defensive end, Biff Markham, to force technically a sack, as it's a negative yards and yards on the quarterback, and that will force another punt.
Another huge defensive stand for San Diego.
Huge by the San Diego defense. It's not too often that Canton will find themselves punting the ball in back-to-back drives. They typically are in the red zone over 5 times per game. San Diego keeping them far away from that part of the field.
I would not be surprised if back-to-back 3 and outs has either not happened yet for Canton or is a very rare occurrence. I'll have to kind of dig into the stats on that, but it is a rare accomplishment for San Diego to stop them 2 drives in a row on 6 total plays.
Doubles for Johnny Pickler. It's 1st and 10 in their 26-yard line. And the motion a receiver from left to right, that is Doug Britton. Pickler looking to throw. There's the pressure they got to him. Thankfully, ball left his hand, so instead of a sack, it becomes an incompletion. What do you see there, John?
Well, I saw immediate pressure, right? And a lot of Canton's forced turnovers don't necessarily come from pressure. They come from an aggressive secondary. But that kind of hurried throw from pressure can create turnovers very quickly.
Similar formation here, but instead of motioning to form a 2 wide outside. Now they're overloading their right side with 3 wide receivers. Pickler has pressure again, and almost an interception. You almost called it there, John. What a play by this Canton defense.
Unbelievable. Kevin Brackett just darting around the corner. They're sending pressure early and often here against Johnny Pickler, who has 16 interceptions on the season, and he's been sacked 17 times. I mean, these are middle of the road-ish stats, so we know Johnny Pickler can protect the ball when he wants to, but this is obviously the strategy.
Pickler had bunch formation here. Will throw down the middle, incredible throw and catch. His receiver Dave Axis with the incredible catch. Let's actually finish introducing you to the San Diego Mavericks offense. Titans are Benji Matson and Adam Williams. The line, offensive line, Jacob Reed, Taylor Menner, and Anthony Anderson. But of course, what an amazing play by Dave Axis in that one.
Great catch by Dave Axis, and you can see what happens when San Diego can pick up the pressure. Gives Pickler a little bit of time. He can get in front of the route and hit Axis in stride.
Here's a handoff, but that's a 3-yard loss on the late handoff. That's a similar play in their previous drive here, John, that went also for a loss of yards.
Yeah, and I said coming into, I mean, Hunter McWaffle, 10th ranked in yardage, running back coming into this week. Really, really solid running back, 4 yards plus per carry. Getting him going was going to be important to control the game. Canton's been ready.
Nice blocking protection for Pickler, but he tried to force the ball to Dave Axis. He was bracketed by 2 defenders on that one. Speaking of bracketing and defenders, Canton's defense is made up of Mike All, Jabril Kears, LL Vault, and Neil Rivers on the line. They got their linebackers, Mark Ronick, DJ Kilganon, Kevin Brackett, and Dimitri Monzuma. Cornerbacks, Evan Lacey, Frank Bernstein, Joshua Durr, and Dedrick Law. They also have Kanya Rockefeller and King Jamal as their safeties. Look at Pickler here in the empty set in 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Pressure's contained. Throw to the left. Downfield, there's nothing doing as there were more black uniforms than there were white.
Yeah, Doug Britton did not have a whole lot of room to make a play there. He would have had to really, really come out of that. I mean, it was a decently thrown ball, at least in terms of giving Britton a chance, but way too many Canton jerseys there. So San Diego's going to have to punt this away, and Canton is going to get the ball back.
So only 2 completions by Pickler in 7 attempts has led to this situation where they've punted the ball in back-to-back drives. Now, Canton starts in their 34-yard line, despite San Diego's efforts of driving the ball forward, by more than one set of chains. Canton starts once again in a similar field position.
Yeah, and we saw a decent carry last drive from Logan Lee. It would not surprise me if they get him more involved in this drive.
I think that is him in the backfield right there. As the fullback motion to stand in the line. It is a handoff here. A correction, that's Robert Johnson in the carry. Robert Johnson will pick up a first down in one play.
And a lot of ink has been spilled, so to speak, on how kind of unfair it is that Robert Johnson, the legend, and Logan Lee share the same backfield. But it's just, frankly, an element of team building and development that Canton has just absolutely nailed over the past few seasons. These 2 players are dominant together.
Dominant might be the understatement of the season here. Scar Patterson will roll out. And they read the memo. San Diego, especially Butch Menner, getting to the backfield with a sack.
Butch Menner getting back there from the defensive line position. Look at him running. I mean, but that rollout is one of those things that we saw, I want to say 9, 10, 11 times last week against Motor City. It's a play that Canton really likes, and so far San Diego has really scouted that particular play, the rollout. It gives Scar Patterson options. They're not giving him time to have those options develop.
Good scouting there. They're going to rush 2 here. What a play by the defense, blitzing 2 of their linebackers. And what about the defensive line opening the holes for those linebackers in the middle?
They are refusing to be dominated, which is kind of what you have to do. You cannot be passive against Canton. You have to be aggressive. And San Diego is now set Canton up into a 3rd and very long, which is a tough down to make.
Scar Patterson in shotgun. His first shotgun formation of the night. He's going to line up with 4 wideouts. He's got 6 defensive men or offensive men on the line. 1 extra for protection, but he's going to send all receivers out. Throwing in the middle of the field, and San Diego will prevent a completion in 4th and 19. That pass was pinpoint, John. It was just at the line of first down. It's incomplete, though.
Yeah, it was actually a really nice pass by Scar Patterson. It was on target, but David Leathers, one of the best coverage safeties in the league, even at the strong safety position, usually more for run stopping after the linebacker level. Really nice coverage, good to break up that pass.
3 drives in a row for Canton have now ended in punts. San Diego has been looking decent on defense, but their offense as well have seen back-to-back punts. We'll see if they can finally put something on the board, or if Canton's defense will have something to say about that.
And not to kind of look past this game, because there's still a lot of game left here, but no matter what happens here, San Diego has kind of shown a blueprint of what you can do to get Canton kind of out of its rhythms. It's very interesting thing so far in this game.
Most of that have come from pressure on the line against Scar Patterson. It happened back-to-back plays in the previous drive. We're going to see here Pickler, who pitches it to the left. Wow, that was a missed tackle right there as Hunter McWaffle picks up 5. Could have been a negative 2-yard loss. Instead, it's +5 in this play.
I mean, not even a negative loss. That could have been, what would you even call that? It's not really a pick 6 if it's a backward lateral, but it's
right.
That was almost going the other way. I think that was King Jamal. So San Diego lucky to come away with 5 yards on that one.
Another carry here. It's not McWaffle, it's Rob Noel who gets the call on that play. And Canton's defense will force another 3rd down. Neither team has completed much 3rd downs tonight. San Diego and Pickler are going to be tested in another one here. They're at their 33-yard line. He has 3 wideouts. Single back for Pickler. He's going to hand this ball off. Wow.
Yeah, draw play, not fooling Canton. Interesting play call to go for the draw on 3rd and 5. I agree with trying to get Hunter McWaffle going. I just maybe agree with getting him more going on 1st and 2nd down. But San Diego's gonna have to punt this again.
Probably saw the alignment on defense by Canton, where they sat in what I thought looked like their dime set, and thought they could run it, but Canton's defense able to read the run and perfectly stop that and give the ball back to Scar Patterson, who's going to start once again in the 36-yard line. Talk about a tug of war that's going nowhere.
Yeah, this is a defensive battle I'm not sure I expected. This is technically the best field position Canton has had, starting field position at any point in the game, so we'll see if they make something out of it.
It is their best so far. The funny thing is their average starting tonight has been about the 35-yard line. So there's just 1 yard better than their average here. Ooh, big hit here against Robert Johnson. That is number 95, Alfred Aminu. In fact, let's introduce you to the rest of San Diego Mavericks defense. Biff Markham and Butchman are in the line. They did with incredible plays in the previous drive. Their linebackers are C. Puff, Zach Holdorf, Trammell, the injured, Jeff Gagne, and Alfred Aminu. Quarterbacks Tanner Hendricks, Pink Lisa, Tom Krieg, and Stuart Zamilia. Let's see this play happen first as a pitch to the left ends up in a broken tackle. Bill Cherry doing his greatest impression of Logan Lee, breaking a tackle and getting yards. And what a run by the fullback.
Yeah, and that stiff arm set him up. There's kind of a natural screen created by that log jam you could see in that on the right side of your screen, and he gets all the way out past midfield. So that's a huge play. Canton getting their first down of the game, and it comes on a really impressive run by Bill Cherry.
This might be their second. I think there was one with Logan.
Oh, I guess there was
the Johnson 10-yard carry, but yeah, it's very rare that this is only their second in a full quarter. Meanwhile, How about Robert Johnson just saying, did you say only one first down? I'll give you another. Picks up a 12-yard carry. You were talking about the dynamic of him and Logan Lee and how they work well together. And when you try to read Logan Lee and try to game plan against him, Robert Johnson will poke the holes that you leave in your defense.
Absolutely. Such a great north-south runner is Robert Johnson. He's been that way for, what, 15 seasons, 12 seasons, however long it's been.
Oh, meanwhile, Cherry, this run game is seemingly unstoppable. 3 back-to-back-to-back carries for 10 or more yards now.
Yeah, now we're starting to see it, right? I mean, this is the snowball effect. You start to get a couple of good runs. Those blockers start to get a little bit bolder. The offensive line looking to run downfield, head of steam. These are really good north-south runners, all three, and it's tough to stop once it starts.
Canton also have some of the better run blocking wide receivers in the league here as they line up in split twins. It's going to be a run down the middle. It's only a 1-yard carry tackle by David Leathers, one of the safeties of San Diego. The rest of the safeties are, well, David Leathers on that play, Bob Funk, the free safety, Danny Carmichael, King Bradshaw, and Nate Hall are the other strong safeties in that roster. So now San Diego line up in their nickel package, looks like, but a throw downfield, down the middle, is complete here. That is to Al Delapre Senior. It's Carl Patterson's looking nice tonight.
Al Delapre had a massive game last week. It was the best game of his season by far. And getting him going is just another way Canton can beat you and just make you look foolish out there in space.
He's also their number 2 receiver as far as reception goes and yards with 36 and 575 respectively. So he has been definitely one of the favorite targets for Patterson. They're going to line up here in their heavy set here. Easy stuff by Logan Lee, who just runs down the middle and dives for a touchdown.
Logan Lee leads the league in touchdowns, just extended his league. That's his 13th of the season. He doesn't really even get touched there. Gets skinny, goes through the line of scrimmage, leaps over the top. Canton on the board first. Hometown fans feeling good now that their offense has gotten rolling.
He led the league last season in rushing touchdowns and is leading the league again. Offensive Player of the Year 2 seasons ago. Sorry, no, that's just last season. Season 21 is only last season. So he is just continuing on in his track record of being the offensive centerpiece of the offense.
Yeah, he's making a case. And it's like when you have a few players that are ranking consistently kind of number 1, number 2-ish, when you have multiple players like that on your offense, it's just so difficult to stop.
Yep. I mean, you talk about the all-stars on their team. San Diego will return here to their 25-yard line. For Canton, their all-stars on the offensive side of the ball game. Scar Patterson, 2-time all-star. Last time was in season 19. That's pretty recent. Also, the offensive rookie of the year in season 18. And then Logan Lee, I mentioned him, offensive player of the year last year, also an all-star last year. Bill Cherry, too, all-star in season 16. So that quarterback and back of the field formation has been incredible for Canton. But Canton is now off the field. It's San Diego's turn here. First play of this drive will be a handoff. Rob Noel picking up 5 on that play.
Yeah, and San Diego can't panic. They can't try to force things now. I mean, when we've seen it in a few games, you get a little bit behind, you start to make some plays that are a little bit reckless, a little bit risky. Canton can really make you pay on those plays specifically. So it's not time to throw out the playbook.
Pickler will throw the ball, though, and it's going to be incomplete. There's 11 seconds left in the first quarter. It's another third down. It's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that was actually to the backup, a fullback, Fred McCrary. So off of his fingertips, almost into the arms of Evan Lacey, which would not have been good at this point in the field.
This has been a very common formation out of this playbook for the Mavericks. 3 wideout single back. The single back offset a bit to the right here. That right side's overloaded, but the pressure. How about that third hit to Pickler? Second sack on him. Incredible play by Brackett on that one.
Yeah, Brackett has gotten to Johnny Pickler before. Did not count as a there was the sack earlier, and now this one again, just absolutely untouched from the blind side. Pickler lucky to hang on to that.
And that sack will end the first quarter with Canton in the lead in forcing another punt against the scoreless San Diego Mavericks. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your play today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just to be the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Canton's offense once again starting in at least their 35-yard line. They're at their 38-yard line here. Scar Patterson back in the field with the rest of the offense. Good stuff by the Canton defense in the last drive.
Yeah, the Canton defense is just we haven't talked enough about how good they have been. They've held teams to the fewest yards. Their scoring defense is unrivaled. So, and now the offense is just, they keep creeping up the field. By the second half, they may start beyond the 50-yard line.
They are near the 50-yard line. That's about 12 yards to go. And you get your first handoff to Logan Lee. Look at this. He's going to pick up 10 yards. He's going to take you to the midfield. What a play by Logan Lee.
Logan Lee carried David Leathers about 5-6 yards at the end of that play after hitting the outside. And wow, Canton is starting to move with a full head of steam. And San Diego's got to take some stock, maybe take a breath, figure out what they can do to slow this offense down.
One way they could do it is to just contain that outside running. That has been their most effective run. Those outside off-tackle runs down the middle has been hit or miss. Here we're going to see their in-the-middle run. This will be more of a hit than a miss as Robert Johnson picks up 7.
Yeah, last week it was a lot of like Robert Johnson for 3, Logan Lee for 5. This one, tonight, it's Johnson for 7. It's Lee for 12. It's Cherry for 10.
And they're heavy set here. It's one of those outside runs here. San Diego finally able to contain it, sending 2 extra defenders after initial contact. It's 3rd and 1 now.
Yeah, contained, didn't get the first, but Logan Lee just does his team so many favors by just shedding that first tackle. He ends up getting another couple yards per play. I'd love to see his after contact stats. He's just an incredible runner.
He is averaging 6.4 tonight in 5 attempts. That's incredible. There's going to get the ball here to Johnson. Johnson gets the first down just enough. It's about a 2-yard pickup, and they just keep the chains moving.
It's a cliche that football is a game of inches, but it really is. Markham not there in time to get Johnson behind the line. Johnson smart enough to get the body angle right to get that first down.
There's another handoff. It's a late handoff this time. What a play. This is just incredible by the Canton offense. Robert Johnson and another huge carry. He himself averaging over 6 yards per attempt here. Actual stats for Robert Johnson, 6.3 per catch. Sorry, not per catch, per carry. In 8 carries, that's good for 51 yards.
Yeah, San Diego's defense is still playing a little too loose off the line. I think they need to crowd the box a little bit more until further notice.
They got 5 on the line, and that wasn't enough. There's just holes. The 5 on the line, John, it seems like they don't know where they're going, and Lee just finds open space.
And it's not just about, it's not a confusing scheme. I mean, San Diego is kind of clear about what's going on here. It's just that Canton's offensive line, I've never seen anything like it really in recent SFL history. Once they start getting, feeling themselves, it is really tough to turn it off.
Good running again. I mean, it's only in quotations. I'm putting air quotes right now. It's only a 5-yard carry by Bill Cherry, but I mean, it's just back breaking where you get them in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and then first down. So 1st and goal here. They're in their joker set. It's another carry. Logan Lee down the middle will be stopped. Looks like a 1-yard gain. It's 2nd and goal at their 7-yard line.
This is often Logan Lee territory. I also think it's probably play action territory. So we'll see if Jack Wall gets involved. He's usually a red zone warrior for Patterson. A lot of options.
He started in their split pro formation, but they're going to move Bill Cherry to the line. It is a handoff, as you mentioned, but it's going to go nowhere. San Diego looking to hold in this goal line stand.
Yeah, and holding Canton to a field goal attempt may be kind of a moral victory here. So we'll see what San Diego draws up on the defensive side. They're crowding the line a little bit, still have a few in the box.
Patterson looking to throw. That's a sack. What a play by the defense to hang on here.
Biff Markham has really just been everywhere. He leads this team in sacks. Just got another one there. So Biff Markham really showing out for the San Diego Mavericks, saying, no, let's hold them to a field goal attempt. Let's get the ball back and try something here before the end of the half. So Canton still a really impressive drive. But San Diego also impressive, standing them up here and making them try for a field goal with Rob Imms.
Yeah, that is an incredible drive. 10 plays, 36 yards, capped off by this 26-yard field goal. So despite what looked like an unstoppable ground game, they fall short, force a field goal, giving San Diego one chance here in the 2nd quarter to answer back.
Yeah, I hate to be an I told you so person, but that 2nd down and 7 from the 7 round, that I still feel like play action, get Jack Wall in space, try to make something happen. They might want to run that one back next time they get the chance.
San Diego will start at their 23-yard line. They have 5 minutes and 28 seconds left to end this quarter to put something on the board. Otherwise, if they give the ball back to Canton at this state, they might not be able to score. That previous drive by Canton, can you believe this? It went for 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So really a lot of time gone in a single drive by Canton.
Yeah, that's what they love to do. They love to control the ball.
Pickler now looking to throw. Pressure in his face. Throws down the middle. That could have been an interception as the ball was in pretty much the belly of the defender.
Coverage downfield was incredible. Just 3 men rushing. They even got through a little bit to hurry Pickler along, and it was not a good pass.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Only 3 rushed, and to your point, enough for the pressure. That's the scary thing about this defense is that you only rush 3 and you still get the front pressure. But Pickler now will get pressure again. And I think I had less than 5 sacks in my bingo sheet. That thing might not be circled at all tonight.
Kevin Brackett is having a monster first half. Another sack for him coming around the corner. Just blinding speed. I mean, this speed on the edge has been impressive from Canton. I mean, that's something that we really haven't seen a ton of necessarily from Canton. We've seen a lot of aggressive secondary play. We've seen a lot of run stuffing plays made at the line, but that speed on the edge, that's a big factor.
Here's a throw by Pickler, and this will be the first turnover by Johnny Pickler. Broken tackle. Enzo's in the sight, but that was close to a pick 6. What a play by Canton's defense. I believe that was number 25 on the interception. Frank Bernstein coming from the quarterback position and returning all the way to the 10-yard line.
Frank Bernstein putting his 6th interception of the season on the board. Almost made it a pick 6 with an incredible stiff arm there. It was only the effort of number 88, B.E. Robo, is yet to have a catch in this game, saving the touchdown. So Canton is in business here. Big mistake from Johnny Pickler. created by the pressure.
That was also Johnny Pickler who got stiff arm, so that was devastating.
Insult to injury.
Quarterback, exactly. Here's the pitch to the right side. Logan Lee, San Diego's defense able to crawl him, prevent that. That was Krieg on the tackle.
Yeah, Tom Krieg out there, nice tackle in space. Usually Logan Lee is great at making that first defender miss. Krieg instead wrapping him up, creating only a short gain.
Well, they find themselves once again second and goal in the 6-yard line. In the Joker set again. Scott Johnson will get the ball and he will finally punch it in for a touchdown. That is touchdown number 2 for Canton.
Just kind of walking it in on the edge. Once he got to that second level, it was just elementary. He had so much room on the far side of the field. Robert Johnson now putting his 5th touchdown on the board. So both huge running backs getting their scores in for Canton. Canton with a very short field, making short work of that drive. That'll probably be Canton's shortest drive of the game. This is just something that they like to control the game. They like to control the clock. That was a short field. Great job by Canton to create the turnover, create the short field. Yeah, this is what they do. This is what they do. They dominate. Now they're up by 13. Now they're up by 3 scores. Suddenly, San Diego's got to have an answer here.
They are the top team in terms of points off turnovers. That is 12 points on average per game. And on average, I mean, in total, they have 27 turnovers forced in the season, which is about 3 per game, right? So 12 points off of 3 turnovers is, a solid mark. We saw it tonight. That's the kind of thing. The defense, the turnovers forced put them in scoring position.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen it all season from them. This aggressive secondary play, not only getting the interceptions, but returning them, not necessarily for touchdowns, but at least with enough yardage to put Canton's offense in a great position.
San Diego will pitch it to the left. Blockers here for McWaffle, but those blocks were eventually broken through. It will still pick up 23 yards as Hunter will give them a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, one of those situations where they actually had Hunter McWaffle stopped after about a 3-yard gain, but got tackled forward. Sometimes that just happens. You get overzealous, go to the football. Sometimes physics creates that situation.
This time it's a first down by San Diego through the ground. A rare attempt, or I guess rare conversion from them. They do it in 2nd down. That was Rob Noel with a carry.
San Diego will get the ball at the start of the second half. So scoring on this drive, maybe giving Canton not much time to score in turn. That might be the strat here.
Pickler will throw and make a completion collected by B. Robo, and nice catch for a 5-yard gain.
B.E. Robo, I believe that was the first catch for B.E. Robo after being targeted twice before that. So B.E. Robo wants to get in some business here.
Here's a nice carry. Once again, Rob Noel looking really good in this drive on carries back-to-back. Well, not back-to-back, but in the 2 carries he has in this drive, I think that's 4 or more yards.
Now McWaffle's backup Fred McAfee in for the down.
Handoff. Gonna go nowhere.
Oh man. Yeah, both backups for Noel and McWaffle were in on that down. And I don't know what you do for that. You just maybe call a different play, get B.E. Robo in space again. Instead, San Diego's going to have to punt this, and Canton's going to get a shot, put more points on the board.
Fred McCrary, the backup fullback of all players. So they attempted the fullback dive, but only had their backup in there, which is not a recipe for success. And Canton will start in probably their furthest back position in their 27-yard line.
Yeah, and this line from the San Diego Mavericks on offense, I mean, they've got an all-star, Anthony Anderson, but this isn't a super deep line, and they need to get the running game going. It can't just be on individual efforts.
Well, the team who has had their running game going here is Canton, and an incredible stiff arm by Scott Johnson. He must have robotic arms there. As was that number 2 stiff arm by him? What a play!
Yeah, we've seen a lot of stiff arms from Robert Johnson and Bill Cherry in this game. Yeah, the San Diego Mavericks gonna have to dust for prints on all their face masks and helmets after this game.
And it's not like this is their typical run to the outside off tackle run. This was a down the middle ISO play that was cut to the outside. So these running backs are just doing everything. They're doing magic on the field. 1st and 10 here at their 38-yard line. Carry down the middle. It's a 2-yard pickup. Might have been Johnson couldn't get the number, but one of the shortest carries by Canton. They're going to hit the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go for Canton to try to extend their lead. So here we are. Once again, I'm Mark Lopez. Joining me is John Warren in the broadcast booth. We are watching Canton try to keep their season lossless. Perfect, 0 losses so far. 9-0, leading the league. And leading this game 17-0. It's going to be a handoff down the middle again. But again, down the middle, going only for 2 yards. As San Diego, that was number 44, Bob Funk on the tackle.
Yeah, leading tackler for this team, Bob Funk, coming in at the point of attack and wrapping him up. So good stop there.
3rd and 6. San Diego, if they can force a punt here, can get maybe under a minute to put points on the board. Patterson looking to throw deep. That's incomplete, as Patterson really tried to go for a touchdown or at least for a home run in that play.
He had Jack Wall. Jack Wall had a step on him. Really good defense by the Mavs on that reception attempt. Jack Wall couldn't come down with it. So Scar Patterson kind of going for it there. We haven't seen that a lot this game.
4th and 6. So it's going to be a punt. It's going to be about 1 minute, 15 seconds for San Diego to put points on the board. They're going to return it, though. It's a 10-yard carry. Oh, but gets caught behind his would-be blocker. That could have gone for more yards, but instead Easton King will bring the ball down to 26-yard line.
Yeah, so kind of what's the strat here? I mean, obviously, if you want to get aggressive, that gives you the best chance to put some points on the board. Also gives you a good chance to turn this ball over to a team that is turnover hungry. But you got to put points on the board too. So tough call here for San Diego.
Here's a position where they've thrown a lot, but they've also done a draw play here. Pickler had pressure once again, but finally throwing the ball and picking up a 9-yard reception.
Yeah, good catch by Benji Madsen too. Not getting the first down, but getting enough yards where now the 2nd and short becomes very manageable. They called a timeout. They've got some options here.
They do. They're gonna line up in twins formation here. Could run the ball. It's only a short yardage to go for a first down. But Pickler will elect to throw. Pickler with pressure will be able to throw it and complete to the outside. Unable to get out of bounds on that play.
Yeah, but kind of soft coverage. No defender underneath meant that that play could develop a little slowly. And Pickler hit the receiver really nicely there on the sideline. And they stopped the clock again. And they're almost in midfield.
They are almost in midfield. that's 6 yards away. Pickler with pressure coming again. It seems like every other play, Canton is rushing more than 4, at least in this drive.
Yeah, and it's really put Pickler out of sorts. And that's probably the formula for the rest of this drive. Probably the rest of the game as well, as they're going to have to start passing the ball more and more and more as the score gets more lopsided.
Here we go. Pickler, pressure once again coming. It's going to be a complete throw. Yards of the catch wasn't much, but a nice underneath route will be good enough for a 4-yard carry and the burning of the final timeout. So now San Diego with no timeouts left in the first half.
That was kind of you might think, oh, a quick underneath pass in the middle, like, well, that's kind of a head scratcher. Well, Doug Britton was really close to springing that on the far side around a natural screen. So that would have been a nice play if it had developed a little bit faster.
Instead, Pickler, just 2 yards off midfield, will line up with 4 wideouts and McWaffle in the backfield. I think he might send everyone to catch. He will, and he'll be able to throw a completion, but they gotta go. They got no timeouts left. Pickler will stay in this formation and not spike it. He'll throw. He'll look to the left this time. It's a completion. What a nice one-handed catch there, but Pickler is still on the run here. That was B. Robo on the incredible one-handed catch. Pickler, pressure was contained. Nice throw to the left. B. Robo once again, and they're still going. I mean, back-to-back completions. Why not just go for it here? And they finally spiked it.
Man, I mean, listen, this is a hard stopper, right? Pickler, he saw that his team was maybe a little bit gassed, a little bit out of sorts, but Canton was still playing a little bit soft. I would have loved to maybe take one more shot to get B. Robo there on the sideline. B. Robo has just been outstanding on this drive. That one-handed catch, incredible action here.
They go to a 3 wide out and 1 tight end set, a single back here. So now Easton King motioning from left to right. Pickler looking to throw protection. Oh no! He throws an interception, but there's open space. Can he get to the end zone? At the 40-yard line, he's going to be brought down at the 35. What an untimely interception throw. And with 15 seconds to go, this interception goes into field goal range on the other side of the field.
That is brutal. Evan Lacey showing absolutely no care for that impressive drive for the Mavs. Says, I'm going to erase it, take it the other way, put us in potential position to score again at the end of the half. Oh, that is brutal for the Mavs.
35 yards to go would make it a 52-yard field goal. They may have only one play before spiking or calling a timeout here.
They have all 3 of their timeouts.
It is a carry. Logan Lee will run for 4 yards. They'll call their first timeout. They got 10 seconds. I think this might be good enough for one more play and just get your kicker, more room to kick.
A little bit more room. Rob Ems' long for the season's been 49, so they're in that range now. They might want to just run it one more time to set him up a little bit better.
Joker's set here. So the run will come here down the middle. Logan Lee once again getting the handoff, 2-yard gain. They're going to call their second timeout. 6 seconds to go. We'll see if they elect to kick the ball now.
Patterson's still in the game, at least in this huddle, so they may try to run it one more time, get either the first down or they're gonna kick it. A good call. Patterson's the holder, so Rob Ems gonna try a 46-yarder.
Rob Ems, 46-yard attempt to put the lead to 20. He's gonna kick it. Up and good, and Canton in a split second. San Diego looking like they could score, and instead Canton puts 3 on the board.
And we've talked about just how Canton has been able to turn turnovers into points. What looked like such an impressive, fast, frenetic drive for San Diego ends in heartbreak. Evan Lacey with a huge return to set up Rob Ems for the field goal. So Canton up 20 will go into the locker room up 20. Just what a team this Canton Classics team is.
What a team indeed, as San Diego with no time left on the clock in the first half after this kickoff. That will be the end of your first half. Canton up 20, San Diego 0. So the season continues with Canton's dominance as so far in the first half of this game, it's a 20 burger and looking like the usual Canton. So halftime here. What do you think of that first half? You know, it's kind of expecting the Canton side of things, but how about San Diego? Are there any things that you saw positive or negative?
Well, it started so brightly for San Diego. They sent some pressure and they made Scar Patterson kind of work for it. I mean, when they couldn't get the run game going early, the pass game was also not there for Scar Patterson. It was only once Robert Johnson, Logan Lee, and Bill Cherry got running with the head of steam that this game really opened up for Canton. San Diego, they've had a couple of nice drives here, but just undone by turnovers. And that's just the story all season for Canton. They just erase positive momentum for their opposing team. San Diego is going to have to clean some stuff up, take some shots, but also not turn the ball over. It's a really tough call to come back against Canton. So we'll see what they've got up their sleeve in the second half.
Well, with one full half to go, San Diego has a mountain to climb, that's for sure. So their job's cut out for them here. They will get the ball back, and they're going to have a chance. We'll see if things were discussed, talked about in the locker room. Maybe they're finally going to pull out some tricks in the back here. They're going to start with a kneel and at their 20-yard line.
All right. I mean, it's time for Pickler to put on his big boy pants, get over those two turnovers, get back to what made that last drive so exciting. Maybe you don't do the no huddle, although maybe that's an option, but getting B Robo involved is part of the plan. It has to be.
Yeah, I do agree, especially that last drive. It did show that B Robo might be the X factor here for Pickler and company.
Oh,
we saw this
earlier. God.
We saw this could have been a turnover in the first half. It's a turnover now, but I wonder if they're going to challenge this because if it was a fumble or if a play happened when it was reception.
It's a backward pass.
Oh, you're right.
No matter what happened to it, that's
you're
just
right.
a turnover. So Canton is, just in business already. That could not have started worse for the Mavericks.
Well, things are going all right for Canton and not as right for San Diego. Unfortunately, Canton will throw here. Patterson, who almost threw to a defender. This is probably one of his less accurate throws so far tonight.
But there's a little bit of that like luck that Canton has had too. It seems unfair almost that Bob Funk had his hands on that ball. And I've seen a few games of Canton where a turnover that should have been there just wasn't. And they get away with something. And Scar Patterson got away with one there.
So what was almost a turnover on Patterson's last throw, we're going to see him hand the ball instead here. It's a nice 4-yard carry by Scott Johnson, who number 33 will pick up and give their team 3rd and 6 here.
Yeah, Robert Johnson with a nice 4-yard carry. Look at that. 12 carries, 71 yards, almost 6 yards a carry. He's having a huge game.
Sorry, I meant Robert Johnson, not Scott Johnson. But here is a fake handoff. Play action by Patterson. Roll out to the right. That's easy money for another 6 points on the board. What a play by Canton.
And that's the rollout without pressure. That's what that looks like. When that is executed perfectly, Scar Patterson has so much time. And also just open field. He's not blocked by the line up front. He can see what's developing downfield. He saw Ryan Owens open in the back of the end zone. That's his 5th touchdown of the season. Huge, quick drive for Scar Patterson and the Classics after the turnover.
I also like the route called for that play, a post route where the end of the post is practically at the post here. And that's easy for a touchdown there. That's the extra point is good too. And don't look now, San Diego fans. It's 27-0 for San Diego, at least for any team so far that Canton has faced. Trying to put points on the board at all has been a daunting task, as Canton on average has allowed 4 points or fewer in this game. Only 3 opponents have scored more than 6 points against Canton. It looks like San Diego scoreless tonight. We'll see if the rest of the game they can finally put forth. But before we see this drive by San Diego, we're going to get a game update from Ken. What you have for us, Ken?
Thanks, Mark. Well, Motor City's in Carolina tonight. The Skyhawks are trying to win their 4th straight game to get to 6-5. That pass is caught by Chase Earl in the final minutes of the half. Motor City gets down the field, gets another field goal on the board. 17-13 is your score in the third there as the Skyhawks continue their late season playoff push. Back to you.
Ooh, and back from that break, we find ourselves in a tackle for loss here. What a brutal defensive play right there.
Kevin Brackett again, just in the backfield, either wrapping up running backs or wrapping up Johnny Pickler. Either way, Brackett's probably getting a game ball after this game.
Kevin Brackett just 5 total tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss here. Ooh, that was a questionable result there. Or at least the throw was tough.
Almost Bernstein's second pick too. So that was a dangerous pass. 3rd and 12, deep in their own territory.
That is true. Another turnover in this position. Is gonna be rough. Bunch formation for Pickler. He might want to throw here, lest he give this in the hand of no. It's a throw down the middle. It's good. It's like a first down. It is. And look who it is, John. It's B Robo.
B Robo, a big talented target. Get B Robo involved. I mean, this is, it's not that complicated. You put your best receiver out there in space, just see what happens. This is a great secondary for Canton, for sure. But he can win a lot of those one-on-one matchups because he's a big body receiver with a lot of talent. And yeah, so good game so far, 41 yards, but I expect those targets to increase drastically here in the second half.
It's a late handoff here. Oh, nice pin move. McWaffle picks up 6 yards. Could have got it for more, but the tackle to clean up that run was brought in by Evan Lacey, who now has 5 tackles, 2 deflections, and an interception to his name. So Kevin Brackett on the other side of the field doing wonders. Evan Lacey as well playing good defense. Here's a fullback carry. Nice play by San Diego to pick up the first down here.
Yeah, and because San Diego is down by 4 scores, those running lanes might start opening up here. So I don't hate the strategy. They've still got a lot of time left in the game. And if they're going to play off a little bit and try to protect the pass downfield for B Robo, it makes sense to run the ball a bit.
I mean, yeah, look at all these D-backs. They're just playing off of every single receiver here. Let's see what happens. It's a pitch. McWaffle is a blocker, but gets tackled from behind. Could have been a good run for him, but a nice defensive play by Canton. I mean, it's a 4-yard carry, but that could have been maybe 10 yards.
Absolutely. Dedrick Law saving what could have been a much, much, much bigger run for Hunter McWaffle. So nice pursuit by Dedrick Law.
Joker set. Giving it to fullback here. Rob Noel leaps over one defender and will get hit midair. They say it's a first down. Do you think it's a first down?
Wow, they may want to challenge that because that was a very close call there, but it was a huge hit. I know that. It was a nice carry by Noel to get the yardage. Looks like we're not going to challenge it. So, yeah, that was an impressive first down.
With another set of chains, Pickler with the quad formation will roll out to his left. Throw downfield. He had a receiver just overthrown on that one. B Robo could have gone in for 6 as well.
B Robo had, I think, 2 or 3 steps on the defender there. Was open. Pickler just could not make the connection, overthrown.
I mean, his protection was solid as well. Pass rush was picked up well on the edge there, especially in the side where he rolled out to.
Oh
my goodness. Talking about a pass rush that wasn't pickup. How about sack number 4 total, 3rd by Kevin Brackett?
When are they going to defend against Kevin Brackett? Kevin Brackett's just been living in the backfield. I mean, camping back there. He's made up a permanent residence in the backfield. He's got to pay taxes on the property in the backfield.
Exactly.
You have to protect your quarterback.
His property in the backfield has been appreciating in value at this point. Here's a throw downfield by Pickler, and he's going to connect with, I believe this B-Robo. Yes, it is, but that's not good enough for a first down because of that sack by Brackett.
Yeah, Brackett's completely just changing the tenor of that entire drive. Obviously, that is an impressive play by B-Robo, but just not enough. And they're going to have to punt this ball away to Canton. It's not the way that San Diego wanted that drive to end.
They're going to want to punt it as deep as they can. Try to keep away from a touchback here. It's going to go out of bounds. It's a fair catch. So Canton's going to start in their 14-yard line, the deepest they've ever started. So San Diego's defense will have many chances to get off the field.
Yeah, they may want to look back at that last drive and go, man, why don't you go for it? You've got good enough field positions, kind of no man's land. But it's awfully tough, right? You don't want to give a short field to Canton. Try to stop Canton on this next drive, get the ball back with decent field position, and go again.
Here's another split spread where they motioned one of the halfbacks, Scott Johnson, or Robert Johnson here. And a nice play here, a run to the edge on the pitch play will go for about a 1-yard carry. Liking the game so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year, and there is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support. Canton lining up with 2 tight ends here in the offset eye. But it's a throw by Scar Patterson. Scar Patterson, another one of those throws that could have been intercepted.
Dangerous throw there. I want to go back to the play before. Freddie Trammell made that tackle at around the line of scrimmage. He was one of the players that went down injured really early in the game. So good to have him back in the game as their most kind of agile, swarming linebacker. So that was a difference maker.
San Diego's defense here trying to play zone here, and that works wonders as they are able to finally force a punt against Canton, who we're going to take a look at the drive summary. Canton, in their last 5 drives before this, have scored 4 times. Sorry, in their last 6 have scored 5 times. But finally, they're forcing a punt after a while.
Yeah, another 3 and out. So that ended up being okay for San Diego to punt that ball away.
Good stuff from San Diego's defense, who finally put a solid defensive stand here. Ooh, nice return here. Good block, a spin move, and then cleaned up. The San Diego will start at their 49-yard line.
That was a good block that sprung that decent return. It was about 7 or 8 yard return, so it wasn't a lot, but it got them up to the midfield stripe, which is really good starting position. I think it's probably San Diego's best starting field position of the evening. So, so Pickler's got something to work with here.
Pickler once again with 3 wideouts. That looks like B-Robo at the bottom of the screen there. Pickler, 4 seconds to go in the play clock. Brackett, what is going on?
No way.
Brackett, he has now his second property in the backfield at this point in time.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. They've got to put an extra defender there against Brackett. A blindside sack against Pickler. Pickler lucky to hold on to that ball. Brackett, I don't even need to tell you he's getting the game ball after this game. He's just wreaking havoc in the backfield.
He gets his 5th sack. Safe to assume that he's renting the backfield of San Diego's offense. Meanwhile, what a nice throw by Pickler. He finds Benji Matson. He gets his first call of the night, and a huge play bringing down that catch. A first down despite a huge sack prior to this.
Well, that time Pickler knew the pressure was coming, I think before the ball was even snapped. So he had 2 basically unblocked Canton defenders coming around, swarming the edge, and he knew he was going to have Benji Madsen open in the middle because he could see that one-on-one coverage. Well-placed ball, quick release, good first down.
Or on the line by the Canton defense here. They're going to rush 5 and 6. It's a pitch to the right side. It's a 4-yard carry by Hunter McWaffle. And the defense, I think they were trying to rush the pass, but a nice play here to pick up 4 on the ground.
Yeah, I'm kind of a goal setter in kind of micro situations. I think the goal from the Mavericks needs to be score a touchdown in the third quarter, don't put too much pressure on yourself, and hold Canton to 0 points. That leaves the room open in the fourth quarter for a big comeback.
Many players on the line for San Diego. This run goes to the lighter side.
Guess
of
who?
that line. It's Brackett. Who else? Is that number 5 TFL for him?
It is. I believe it is. Yes, his 5th tackle for loss, maybe his 6th. He's just been everywhere.
The referee says it's a 0-yard gain, so that's not going to be tackle for loss against him. But that could have been number 6 for him. Ooh, nice pickup on the protection there, and that will lead to a completion. As Pickler, when he has time, will have the time of his life, throwing a completion to Dave Axis. They find themselves in the red zone.
That was a huge play by Dave Axis. You can see Brackett's stat line there. 8 tackles, 4 sacks, 5 for a loss, 1 fumble, as well as a pass defended. So just an enormous game. But hey, like, look where they are. They're at the 12-yard line. Mavericks in scoring position here.
Pressure again. A throw. B Robo could have completed that, but good coverage, and the hit actually pushed the ball out of B Robo's hands on that one.
Yeah, Pickler was pressured absolutely on that one. He released that ball. You know, obviously, anytime B Robo has got a shot in the red zone, and not a bad pass to make, but he was double covered, and it went down for an incompletion.
B Robo alone on the right side of Pickler here.
No way.
No
way.
Fumble in the backwards pass. Can he go for the end zone? I see B Robo catching up here, but there's only 30 yards to go. 20, 10. Robo can get the tackle. It's a fumble 6.
That is unreal. Brackett causing the fumble again at the point of contact, and it's Dimitri Monzuma doing the rest with a scoop and score to erase another Mavericks drive. I have not seen a team do what Canton is doing in the SFL in a long time, and they're going to challenge this. That looked like a totally normal backwards lateral to me, just like we saw early in the third quarter, but we're going to take another look at it.
Yeah, I agree. At least in our viewing angle, it did look like it was more backwards than it was forwards, especially because it was a pitch. We don't even get to see the replay. You just go to decision here.
Yeah, they didn't need a lot of time there, so that stands. The Mavs just trying to throw something at the wall, see what sticks. Man, maybe we can get that one back, but no. The refs make the call. That's going to stand. Canton's about to go up 34-0. You look at the last couple of weeks, and Canton has just been boat racing their opponents. This is just unbelievable.
Unbelievable indeed. Their largest margin of victory so far in the season came last week against Motor City, where they won by 48. They won that game 51-3. Tonight they are 34-0. So not quite there yet as far as their most margin of victory, but the way things are going, it's not looking very favorable for San Diego.
No, it's not. I mean, you look for answers, but you gotta score 35 unanswered against one of the best defenses in the league. It's a tall order for Johnny Pickler, but we'll see what they've got up their sleeve. They might have some magic in them. Benji Madsen's been coming alive. B Robo Dave Axis making a couple big grabs, so there's some life in them, but when push comes to shove, Canton has been creating turnovers and big plays to erase those drives.
That has been the backbreaker. Turnovers that erase incredible drives. Here's Pickler back in the field. It feels like he's just on the field way too often. Oh, that ball just overthrown his receiver and underthrows the potential interception.
Well, and now you're dealing with the reality, unfortunately for San Diego, is that Kevin Brackett is just going to be in the backfield. I mean, this is the 25th play maybe where he's just been there. So Pickler's got to have that clock in his head, and right on cue.
Is it who
right
I think it
on
is?
Cue?
Yes, sir. Number 55, 5'5". That's probably his street address at this point. Located in San Diego's backfield there. Is that number 5? That is sack number 5. Tackle for loss number 6. Give the ball game to him already. He's not going to be here to provide that kind of a defense as they're showing 3 on the line here. But what a play.
You don't know that, Mark. He might have his teleporter back there. We have no idea the kind of sorcery Kevin Brackett might have.
Well, this is a completion by San Diego. B. Robo, I guess coverage was everywhere against the receivers, but B. Robo finding the tiniest gap.
Hey, I just talked about sorcery. That was some sorcery right there. B. Robo just kind of appearing in traffic and snagging that ball. Nice catch to move the sticks.
Here we go. Once again, Pickler is rolling with his offense. Hoping not to turn the ball over here. Nice protection there on his left. It's a completion to the right to, I believe, B. Robo once again.
Yeah, they picked up the blitz on that one. Kevin Brackett, by the way, in his first 9 games this season, before this week, 2 sacks. Tonight he's got 5. Wow. So that's going to bring his total to 7, and we still have a full quarter of football left to play.
I mean, 2 sacks is way behind sack leader, but sitting at 7 will put him near the top already. That's a nice carry by Rob Noel, who picks up another first down. So as the winding down of the third quarter, San Diego is rolling once again. Bunch formation in 1st and 10. Interesting spot here for Pickler. Pickler will throw. Pickler will find B. Robo. The man who is infallible will pick up another reception.
And the Mavs picked up the blitz again. So we're starting to see a little bit of time for Pickler to let these plays develop. We haven't seen Brackett in the backfield in a few plays, and B. Robo making a really impressive catch there, double covered deep downfield. So another nice first down. But this is the trouble area with San Diego, though. They get to this area and then they turn the ball over. So let's see if Pickler can kind of change the narrative.
Maybe move away from those pitch plays. They will go to the fullback carry here, picking up 6 yards in that play. Interesting stat that showed up there on the right side. We'll talk about that stat after this, but the third quarter is over. Everyone put up your 4s, 12s, 86, and 68s. We'll be back after a quick word from Curtis.
Presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Welcome back to another dominating game by Canton, who puts up their 10th incredible game in a row, 34-0. I'm Mark Lopez, John Warren, with me in the booth, Michaela Foraker, and Zach Holdorf and stats, and of course Cameron Irvine is producing this game for everyone. Look at that, total yards 210 for San Diego. This play is going to go nowhere for them, but 210, you lead your opponent by over 40 yards total, and you find yourself down 34.
Yeah, a point I thought about earlier is, Canton might actually lose the time of possession battle in this game, which is very rare for them, but not in the way that the Mavs want. So it's been kind of a disaster of a game on that front.
Here's a play carry by was it Hunter McWaffle? Yes, it was. It was. They were going to try 3rd and short, but this defense is really tough in those, in the middle type of runs.
Kanye Rockefeller making a stop, and San Diego is just going to try to get some points on the board here with a 37-yard attempt from Cliff Allen.
Here's a 37-yard attempt. This kick is up, and it's good. And with finally points on the board, San Diego find themselves down 31 instead of 34. That's a nice field goal here. That went right and curved left just in time.
Yeah, it was a close call, but San Diego now making this technically a 4-possession game again. So, they've got some work to do still, but that's a start. And there goes the shutout for Canton. They will not yet record a shutout since the first week against Arizona Scorpions. So they haven't done that since, and they will not do that this week.
Do you love NFL history? Canton Classics head coach Ray Donaldson was the first African-American to play center in the league, achieving 6 Pro Bowl selections, making the All-Pro team, and winning Super Bowl 30. Game-worn items from his time with the Indianapolis Colts, Seattle Seahawks, and Dallas Cowboys are now available at millions.com/Ray Donaldson. Own a piece of NFL history today. Speaking of history, what a play. Talk about historic performances by a fullback. Bill Cherry tonight, looking at his yards per carry, is sitting at 8 in 6 attempts.
Yeah,
it's 10.7 now.
Just with the shoulder into the chest of the defender, just getting a lot of extra yards. Really, really, some of the most impressive runs from this game have been from Bill Cherry.
His long was 21, but it feels like he's been running for over 10 yards every single time. Once again, here in their twins formation, San Diego showing man on the left here. It's a run to the left by Logan Lee. Logan Lee pushing the left. Logan Lee, how is his guy still up?
Just dipping into traffic and pushing it forward, finding enough daylight to get to the outside and get 8 yards on that carry. That looked like it could have gone for absolutely nothing. Logan Lee, of course, is pulling a rabbit out of his hat and getting those 8 yards.
A beast of an athlete with strength to show for it as well. Pushes the line himself and then just squeezes it right before he gets tackled. Incredible stuff by Logan Lee. They line up in their heavier set tonight. No wideouts. Everyone on the line. Pitch here to Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson gets the first down. San Diego unable to contain. There were tacklers there, but Robert Johnson able to cut inside for a first down.
Johnson still with a little shimmy shake, even at this later stage of his career. It's a really nice little shimmy there to make the defender miss, and that was a nice little move.
Nice moves indeed by the veteran. Here we go here in a very similar formation here. This time running to the left, Logan Lee. Again, almost tackled behind the line of scrimmage, will make it a positive gain instead.
Yeah, that's just another play that could have developed into something special, but just stopped 1 yard past the line of scrimmage.
Offside here, once again, it's going to be a spread formation and a late handoff. The draw play is beautiful. And Robert Johnson picks up 6, I'd like to say, on that one.
What a great north-south run by Robert Johnson. Just getting into that second level really fast, untouched until basically right where he was tackled. So another impressive run.
Scar Patterson only has 9 attempts tonight, and then 34 attempts by every single player on the ground. That's attempt number 35 through the ground. Logan Lee picking up carry number 15, and they say that's enough for a first down.
Yeah, I was about to say the Mavs have one more challenge yet. They may want to use that because Logan Lee, that was really close. I want to see where the ball was on the tackle. I want to see if it was actually past that yellow line or if it was actually a little bit behind. It may not make a difference. It might still be in field goal range enough, but we'll take a look.
Look here, a retroactive look to see if Logan Lee got first down. Ooh, this wasn't the best angle. Here we go. Better angle to see if that ball crosses the line. Oh, you're right. It probably did not go, at least from that angle, over the line.
Yeah, they're going to move it back a little bit. So San Diego not charged the timeout there. And I would not be surprised if they just said Rob M's out there to try to kick a field goal. Or, you know what? I may not put it past them to just try to get this first down and keep the clock running.
The retroactive look is brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid in your hand and get your SFL console at goretroid.com. 4th and 1. Look, they line up with their offense here. Punch it in. And it's to the fullback, and it's good for a first down. What a play. They give it to their halfback 80% of the time. And then when you least expect it, the fullback gets the call.
Yeah, they gave the look like it might be a pitch out or a toss out to the far side of the field. Instead, it made that front seven a little bit soft. Bill Cherry, easy open hole to get through. First down.
Good tackle there. I believe that's number 90, Butch Menor, on a run stop, 0-yard gain there on that play.
It's funny. It's kind of actually a relatively quiet day for Logan Lee. He has had 14 carries, but it really feels like Robert Johnson, Bill Cherry have actually gotten the most like high-profile runs.
Oh, leaping over a defender there.
That was
Logan
nice.
Lee.
Hear me say high-profile. He said, "Watch this." got a nice little leap over a defender to get 2 yards.
I mean, San Diego Maverick, the logo is pretty much a plane. The one who has been flying high so far has been Logan Lee, especially with that leap over defender there. But look at this. They line up in an empty set, playing aggressive. 34-3 here. Patterson, one of his rare throws tonight will be a completion. They can do no wrong. It's Wall with a nice catch and putting them in 1st and goal territory.
Yeah, they had tried to get Jack Wall involved in a couple drives before this, 3 targets before now, had all gone incomplete. Now finally Jack Wall downfield in the middle where he's just so good. Gets the first down, and now it's 1st and goal again for Canton.
1st and goal bunch formation. It's a pitch here to Logan Lee, and Logan Lee just had a red carpet in front of him. That's touchdown number 2 for Lee, and that is up 40-3 now by Canton.
Yeah, red carpet is right. He could have stopped to take photographs for the press and, show off his beautiful smile there. Just a little scamper into the end zone, far side. Great blocking in that bunch formation. You mentioned it. These blocking wide receivers, so impressive, such an important part of this Canton offense's efficiency. And you saw it in perfect motion there.
Everything perfect season so far, perfect motion by the blocking wideouts. And that 11th play here, look at that, 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Or 20 on the board, or out of the clock in one single drive. That's the second drive that's gone for over 4 minutes for Canton, and they are just devastated.
Yeah, this is the control that they can exert over their opponents. It's just impressive to see.
Ball will be caught and returned all the way to the 22-yard line. The 2024 SFL convention is headed to South Shore Harbor Resort in League City, Texas, just out of Houston, July 12th to 14th, featuring live games, flag football, a golf tournament, tailgate pool party, and more. For all the convention details, visit simulationfl.net/dues/convention to reserve your room, see the event schedule, and more. San Diego start in their 22-yard line. They got 78 yards to go. A rough night from the Mavericks here. Pickler looking to throw. Pickler will meet the inevitable fate.
Oh no.
Is he down?
Oh no. On the 6th, maybe the 7th sack, I've lost count, of Kevin Brackett's evening. That's going to be an injury for Johnny Pickler. I hope he's okay. This has not been a good night for Johnny Pickler. Under 50 yards completion percentage, 40 QBR, 2 picks. A lot of disruption from Kevin Brackett with 6 sacks.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And 6'4", 245. You get hit by that man 6 times in one game. That's tough. Meanwhile, Patterson playing aggressive still. Empty back set by Patterson, looking to pass. Will throw to the right here. Sorry, that wasn't Patterson. That was the backup quarterback for Pickler. I don't know why I said Patterson.
That's all right.
Maybe San Diego hoping they got a Patterson player on their side.
Maybe they want a quick trade in the 4th quarter here to make some magic happen. But yeah, that was Todd Bowman.
And we got, Brackett with teleporters, B. Robo himself doing magic downfield. There's just magic everywhere tonight. B. Robo, bottom of the screen right there. We'll see if he becomes a target in display. 3rd and 15. It's a throw. Short pass to the outside to McWaffle, who picks up 5 yards. It's 4th and 10, and I don't know. I don't think you go for this. You're just too far back, too near your end zone to make anything out of it.
You're too far down, too far back, but they do still have their offense in. I think they're just saying, hey, what do we really have to lose here?
Possession is what they lost in that one. That was close, though, as the throw to Doug Britton is just about 2 yards shy, and that was really the sack. Another difference maker on that one.
Yeah, the sack was a huge difference maker, obviously. Just so disruptive Kevin Brackett is. He completely resets the way San Diego's been thinking about their drives. That was a nice pass out to Doug Britton by Todd Bowman, but it didn't get enough for the first down. Canton's going to take over with the 3-headed monster here. We know we're going to run it. So what does San Diego got to maybe make a stop here?
You gotta pull out all the stops to get the stop. But it's hard when you get, you mentioned the 3-headed dragon of Cherry, Johnson, and Lee. A very scary backfield, that's for sure. And, the way the roster is constructed, those 3 never, they're never not in the backfield.
Yeah, no, they're not. I mean, it's just a really, really, really tough assignment.
Split jacks, but a very heavy split offense by Canton here. 41-3. They find themselves inside the 30-yard line. Here's Logan Lee breaking one tackle, will finally be brought down. I believe that was number 34, Stuart Zamilia, getting a hit on Logan Lee.
Yeah, nice pursuit by Zamilia there. Logan Lee breaking that first tackle. We've talked about breaking that first tackle a lot, and Zamilia was there in order to wrap him up on the second attempt.
So here's San Diego, 3rd and 4. They can force another 3rd down here, but Warrior carry seems very plausible, if not inevitable, for Canton. We'll see if San Diego can stop him here. 3 seconds to go in this one. Carry, broken tackle, maybe. They'll say it's 4th and inches.
4th and inches, clock keeps going. SFL history, we do know 8.5 sacks is the record. Easy Temple. That was 20. That was about 11 seasons ago. So Brackett's got a chance if Mavs get the ball back.
Head coach Trey Donaldson challenging that call, saying that it's not 4th and short. And there's only 2 ways. Either referees see that this was good for a first down, maybe they might even say the ball is more than inches short. It might be a full yard short. We'll see here.
Kind of depends on where that ball was on that adjustment. It looks like Bill Cherry kind of moved the ball forward. All right, it stands.
Ooh, it stands. How about both challenges
Nice
by
stop.
Coach Donaldson? No, sorry, not it wasn't both by Donaldson, but both or two coach challenges by both teams now failing in this one game. So because a 37-yard attempt, nice stop here, as you mentioned. It's going to be 40, aiming to put themselves up 44-3. Kick is up. A swerve to the left initially, but that will go in. Just enough. A 4-play, 9-yard drive. 1.5 minutes off the clock. It's good for 3. And Canton is now up 44-3.
Obviously, we still have a full slate of games coming up this weekend, but Kevin Brackett coming into this game, 2 sacks, right? He's now in conversation to be league leader. DD sacks for the Arizona Scorpions has got 8 sacks. Bobo Caudill is the sack leader with 9 for Vancouver. So he's put himself in that conversation in one game, which is unbelievable.
So with the 6 tonight, that puts him at 8. So that makes him second already in a single game.
Yep. Yeah, Sacks and Caudill could put some distance between them and Brackett this weekend. But yeah, Brackett's at least in the conversation after one incredible game. And we still have 2.5 minutes left.
Vancouver isn't playing this week either, so
yeah, good point.
Next week, if they play earlier, Kid had a shot at getting sack lead at one point in time this season. We'll see if that ever comes to fruition. Pickler will look to throw. Wait, Pickler's back. Pickler's back, and he throws an interception on his first play back.
I want to send Johnny Pickler like a fruit basket, maybe. What is he like? He's like popcorn, chocolates, just some kind of treat for him to munch on this week, because he's going to want to burn this game tape. I mean, 3 interceptions, 2 tosses that end up being fumbles, sacked 7 times, 6 times by one player, injured, comes back, brave, strong, lots of fortitude, lots of integrity, still throws a pick, and just what a brutal game. Mark Ronick there with the interception for the Classics.
Classics will run the ball. Oh no. Okay, so finally Bill Cherry gets brought down there. It looked like he had all the space in the world, but nice pursuit there. We talked about the Canton league leader in turnovers with 27, extending it to 32. They're the only team with over 25 coming into this league or this week. They're now the only team with over 30 turnovers forced coming out of this week.
It's just something you can predict. It's and bet on. They're just like clockwork.
2-minute warning, folks. It's 2 minutes to go. Can Canton extend this domination? Can San Diego make it? You can put 2 scores at least in this game. We'll see. Minutes to go, though.
Mark, I'm so impressed by the mystery you're trying to create with the last 2.5 minutes in this game. You're a real pro. You really are.
It's the optimist in me. I always want to see. I root for the underdog in one way, and I also want to see good things happen.
Yeah, it's glass half full thinking. I like it. I can go with it. Let's see if the Mavs can put up at least the touchdown to get to double digits. I mean, that's kind of the mark that people are trying to get to against Canton.
I also have San Diego touchdown in my bingo sheet, so really hoping for that. Well, we'll see if they even get the ball back. It's 3rd and 6 as San Diego calls what looks like their final timeout. One of those timeout, of course, lost on the failed challenge earlier on. So 3rd and 6. This is going to be their last chance to potentially get the ball back here. 15-yard line. Patterson will hand the ball off. Robert Johnson will be met behind the line of scrimmage. So just towards the end of the game, they'll finally put a huge tackle for loss.
Jeff Gagne having kind of a quietly good game. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of positives to really speak of on the San Diego Mavericks side, but Jeff Gagne has put his work in, making a couple of key tackles and key stops to at least put his stamp on this game, on what will be a game that they will most likely want to forget after this week.
Every team going up against Canton has that one game they would want to forget. So there's at least 10 games already in the season where the other side coming away with more than bruises and injuries. San Diego might have mental scarring out of this game. I mean, it's rough, but a sign of a good team is you fall down huge, but it's really a sign of, if you're a good team, is what can you do after? Can you get back up and work with the rest of what you got?
Yeah, it is. They're going to have to readjust, right? They're going to have to adjust. They've had a couple of nice victories the Mavs have this year. And they want to get back to that football. They beat the Fort Worth Toros. That was an impressive showing.
Mm-hmm.
They've had some good games, right? So I don't want to say that this team doesn't have what it takes to make some kind of run in the playoffs, but they need to make some adjustments. And they've got two, I think, very winnable games ahead of themselves in the coming weeks.
Against Tulsa and then Indy, last two games for San Diego. They throw here, 59 seconds to go, as they might, I wonder if they spike it here. They just got to punch it in. They are going to spike it.
Yeah, I like kind of goofy stats. I'm going to try to do some research before next week and kind of take a look and see how many kind of garbage time field goals Rob Ems has this season, because I feel like he's just got a lot of those, like, all right, short field, we're running the ball, we're actually not trying to score. All right, line it up, kick it through, garbage time field goal. He's got a few in this game already.
Bickler will roll out away from bracket, which is smart. Speaking of games to come, tomorrow night, 8 more teams hit the virtual gridiron, headlined by a rematch of the wild card game last season between Arizona Scorpions and Minnesota Legends at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Other matchups include Denver, Mexico City, Louisiana, Fort Worth, and Florida, Jacksonville. So good slate of games tomorrow. We got a good slate of games tonight. It's a 4-game Friday tonight, so stay tuned, everyone. Don't leave after this game.
Don't touch that dial.
Do not touch that dial. Oh my goodness. He could have had sack leader there.
We almost had the 7th for Kevin Brackett if he was just a nanosecond quicker.
Oh my goodness.
Pickler not giving him the satisfaction, getting rid of it before he gets dumped, but they turn it over on down. So that was it. That was the moment. That would have been the 7th sack. I don't think he's going to get a shot again.
No, sir. With the ball back with their offense,
victory formation.
Whew. What a showing by Canton, as always. 47 points to 3. What is that? 44. 44
game.
Margin of
48 last week. They've had 41, 40. They've just been blowing teams out. Their closest game was in week 2, Indianapolis, 14-point victory, 20-6. The most incredible stat, frankly, DC Dragons had 9 points they put up against Canton. That was the most points they have allowed all season. No one has gotten to double digits.
Right.
So what a year Canton has had so far.
Incredible stuff by them. They continue their dominance here in week 10. And this ball game is going to come to a close with Canton. The inevitable victory has come to fruition. 47-3. That is the final. John Warren, I mean, we can point to many players. I think I have one player for my ball game, but who would you give your ball game to?
Well, no one else but Kevin Brackett. I mean, he really was the difference maker, causing those 2 toss fumbles that ended up being huge, creating 10 points off of those 2 turnovers alone. That would have been enough to win this game for Canton. But it's not enough. 6 sacks, getting right into the sack leader conversation in one game. San Diego just had no answer for him. Obviously, this 3-headed backfield for Canton, mighty impressive. 3 touchdowns on the day between Logan Lee and Robert Johnson, and Bill Cherry adding 84 yards on the ground. Each of the running backs had over 80 yards on the ground. So 3 really impressive performances, but no one gets the game ball but Kevin Brackett with what was one of the most impressive defensive showings I've ever seen in the SFL.
And that is it from us. It was an incredible opener to the weekend. I'm Mark Lopez. That was John Warren. From Michaela Foraker and Zach Holler from Stats and Cameron Irvin's production booth, thank you for joining us tonight. But don't go. We got more games tonight. We'll see you there. Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.